So you're thinking about moving to Fairfield County, Connecticut in 2026, but before you pack a single box, there are a few things you really need to understand first. Because Fairfield County can be an incredible place to live, but only if it actually fits your life, your budget, and what you want day to day. Today, I'm going to walk you through what it really looks like to move to Fairfield County in 2026, cost of living, housing trends, inventory, lifestyle changes, and what towns make sense for what types of people. It's not a hype video and it's not a doom and gloom video either. It's just the reality of what people experience when they move here, especially if you're coming from New York City, Westchester, or another part of Connecticut. If we haven't met before, I'm Chris Giolito. I grew up here, I live here, and I work with people every day who are either relocating into Fairfield County or trying to decide if it's the right next move for them. My goal with this channel is simple: help you make smarter decisions before you make a big life move. If that sounds useful, hit subscribe, and if at any point in this video you're thinking, this sounds like us, feel free to reach out. Even if it's just questions, I'm happy to be a resource for you. Now, before we dive in, quick expectation setting. I'm not gonna go super deep on stats in this video. I do that in other videos in market updates, but this is more of a big picture, real world preview of what moving to Fairfield County in 2026 actually feels like. Let's start with cost of living, because that's usually the first shock point. No matter where you live in the United States right now, cost of living has gone up dramatically, and Fairfield County is no exception. If you move here in 2026 and say, wow, things are expensive, the truth is they probably also got more expensive where you are as well. The difference is Fairfield County already started from a higher baseline. Compared to New York City, Fairfield County often feels like a trade. Housing is generally less expensive than Manhattan and parts of Brooklyn, but daily life expenses can still feel high. Compared to Westchester, it's a little more nuanced. Some Fairfield County towns are very comparable. Some are less expensive, and some are actually more. Housing is the biggest variable. Fairfield, Norwalk, and Stamford tend to be more accessible entry points. Westport, Darien, Greenwich, and New Canaan and parts of Wilton are a different conversation entirely. Property taxes are another big adjustment, and this is where Fairfield County really varies town by town. Connecticut property taxes are based on mill rates set by each town, not counties. That means two homes with the same value in different towns can have very different tax burdens. For example, Greenwich and New Canaan tend to have lower mill rates. Fairfield Westport sits somewhere in the middle. Stamford and Norwalk can feel a bit higher depending on the neighborhood and assessed value. You really cannot talk about property taxes in Fairfield County as one number. Always depends on the town and sometimes even the specific neighborhood. One thing people miss is reassessment timing. Taxes you see online are often based on the previous owner's assessment. When you buy, that can change. Doesn't mean taxes explode overnight, but it does mean you should never assume the current tax bill is exactly what you'll pay. And quick disclaimer, I'm not a tax advisor. Always confirm with the town assessor and your accountant before making decisions. Utilities, insurance, childcare, and food are all higher than national averages. That's not a Fairfield County secret. What people often say though is that while it costs more, they feel like they're getting more back in terms of schools, services, access, and overall quality of life. Whether that's true for you depends on how you live. Now let's talk housing market conditions heading into 2026. Fairfield County remains inventory constrained. There just aren't enough homes for sale for the number of people who want to live here, especially in the most desirable towns and neighborhoods. Now that doesn't mean every house is 15 offers, but it does mean well-priced homes in good locations move quickly. Fairfield, Westport, Darien, Greenwich tend to feel the tightest. New Canaan and Wilton are similar, but more property specific. Norwalk and Stamford generally have more inventory, especially condos and newer developments, but even there, good single family homes don't sit long. Seasonality still exists. Winter is slower, spring heats up the market, but compared to pre-2020 markets, things never fully cooled off. Demand has stayed consistent because Fairfield County pulls from multiple buyer pools: New York City relocators, local move-ups, downsizers, and investors. Price appreciation is expected to continue, just at a more normal pace. You're not likely to see 15 or 20% annual jumps. Think steady, sustainable growth. It's actually healthier for everyone. And one thing that keeps prices supported is limited new construction. Fairfield County is largely built out. There are new developments, especially in Stamford and Norwalk, but large-scale single-family development is rare, and that keeps supply tight. Now let's talk about the towns themselves, because Fairfield County is not one thing. Fairfield offers a really balanced lifestyle. Beaches, a walkable downtown, strong schools, and easier pricing compared to Westport. It attracts families, professionals, and people coming out of the city who still want a community feel. Westport is high demand for a reason. Strong schools, great downtown, beaches, culture, and proximity to New York City. It also comes with a higher price tag and competition. People moving to Westport usually know exactly why they want to be here. Norwalk is diverse in every sense. Different neighborhoods, different price points, and a real mix of lifestyles. You've got walkable areas, waterfront, quieter neighborhoods, and access to the train. It's one of the most flexible towns in the county. Stamford feels the most urban. High rises, restaurants, nightlife, and the fastest trains into the city. It works well for people who want city energy without being in the city full time. Darien is very commuter oriented. 2 train stations, strong schools, coastal feel, and a quieter overall vibe. Inventory is tight and pricing reflects that. Greenwich is its own ecosystem. Larger lots, lower density, lower mill rate, and proximity to New York City. It draws a lot of finance and executive relocations. New Canaan and Wilton offer more space and a quieter pace, less nightlife, more privacy. They appeal to people prioritizing home life and schools over walkability. Now let's talk trains, because this is something people misunderstand. Yes, Metro North access matters. Towns with multiple stations and express trains command a premium. Westport, Darien, Greenwich, and Stamford benefit the most. Fairfield and Norwalk still have solid access, but commute times vary depending on station and train. That train proximity absolutely affects pricing. Homes closer to stations often cost more. Whether that premium is worth it depends on how often you actually go into the city. Many people moving here in 2026 are hybrid or remote, which changes the math entirely. Quick mid-video pause if you're watching this and thinking about a move in the next year or two. Even if you're early in the process, reach out. The biggest mistakes I see happen when people wait too long to understand the differences between towns. All right, now back to lifestyle. Moving to Fairfield County often comes with a pace shift. Life tends to feel more structured and more local. People spend more time in their neighborhoods, kids' activities, local restaurants, beaches, and community events. Commuting is still part of life for many, but it's often more predictable than driving into Manhattan daily. Evenings tend to be quieter and weekends tend to be full. You trade late night city energy for space, routine, and access to nature. Beaches, trails, parks, and outdoor activities are part of daily life here. Weather is another adjustment. 4 seasons are real. Winters are colder than the city, but manageable. Summers are humid but active. You plan around seasons more. Now, what's changing heading into 2026? Continued demand from New York City, ongoing development in Stamford and Norwalk, infrastructure improvements, more emphasis on mixed-use spaces, towns trying to balance growth with preserving character. Fairfield County is not transforming overnight, but it is evolving slowly, intentionally, sometimes painfully slowly. So who does Fairfield County work best for? People who want balance, access to the city without living in it, strong schools, community space, a slower daily rhythm without losing opportunity. Who might struggle? People who want constant nightlife, ultra low cost of living, or complete anonymity. It's a place where community shows up, whether you want it to or not. Before you move, visit multiple towns, spend time in different neighborhoods, drive the commute, take the train, go to the grocery store on a Saturday. That tells you more than any listing ever will. Last thing, Fairfield County is not about picking the best town, it's about picking the right one for you. If you're thinking about a move in 2026 and want help figuring that out, I'm happy to help, even if it's just a conversation. Thanks for watching. If this was useful, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.